Hey guys, so today's video is going to be about how we save money on our electric bill. Now, I don't think I make enough videos anymore about how our family lives thrifty. I mean, I'm known as Naturally Thrifty Mom here on YouTube. When I first got started out, I did a lot of videos. I made do-it-yourself and save videos. I showed specific things that we do as a family to save money, to really just save it for the things that we want to spend it on and just not get sucked into just everyday expenses. So I think that I've gotten so used to just doing these things that you guys don't see it. A lot of people wonder, you know, how we are, like why I'm able to spend money on things like makeup or buy clothes, or, I mean, they're kind of typical things that everybody has to buy anyway, but you see them in hauls and then you're like, well, it's not really thrifty. But I want to show you guys a few things that I have been doing for years that I'd like to pass along. This is what I do to stay thrifty. This is what we do to save money and live on, you know, the one single income. So yeah, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips. I just came up with these today while I was feeding the boys dinner and cleaning up. So they're not really in a great type of order, but I've got some, you know, some notes here, things I was thinking of. Let's just get right into it. And this one's about the electric bill. So if you guys want to hear about how we save on our gas bill, how you can save on your water bill, any stuff like that, just put it in the comments below and I'll try to make a video on that as well. I figured electricity was a pretty good one because I think everybody has to pay an electric bill. So my first tips, now these are two, and they kind of go hand in hand, but you need to get on your phone and you need to call your electric company and ask them about the different programs that they have. Ask if they have any sort of time of use plans, ask if they have any low income discount, ask if you're on just, you know, the standard plan. What options do they have? So get on your phone, call them, ask. Now, you will find in most areas you actually do have options. So I mentioned the time of use plan. We've been on the time of use plan for, let's see, quite a while now. I'm not exactly sure how long we've been doing time of use. Basically what it means is that you'll have certain hours during the day that are peak hours, and electricity will cost more for you during those hours. But on the positive side, the off hours will be really, really cheap electricity, and a lot of different areas have really different plans, and you can do ones that are really, really, really cheap during the off peak and really, really expensive during the on, or you can have like a mix and the times are all different. Where we're at, the cheap energy is from, let's see, I'll say the expensive energy is from noon to 7 p.m. So I try to use like zero electricity from noon to 7 p.m., which might sound kind of crazy being a stay-at-home mom and, you know, you've got all these things that you need to do during the day and how do you clean and how do you do this. But honestly, it's really easy, and I've got a bunch of tips and things that I use to do, or that I use to keep that usage on the off-peak hours, and it saves us so much money. It is crazy. If you compared how much we pay in electricity to what someone on the standard plan would pay, it is insane. And all I have to do is move a few things to off-peak hours, and it makes a huge difference. So that's my first tip. You know, see if you've got a time of use plan, see what the price comparison would be, and really try to examine, would I be willing to move my energy consumption things to earlier? What I do, you know, I make sure that if I'm going to shower that day and have to blow dry my hair, do it before noon. Make sure if I'm washing laundry or washing the dish, doing the dishes, it's before noon or after 7. It's really easy actually to do your laundry, especially for cloth diapering moms. Just do it in the evening, and then in the morning it's ready to be hung for drying, or you can put it in the dryer at that time. Your dryer is a big energy sucker, so that's something for sure you do in off-peak times. So that's a huge thing. That's like the biggest thing for me, making sure you're on a time of use plan and really taking advantage of the savings that your specific electric company has. Ooh, okay, so the other thing is low income discount. Now, we have qualified for low income discount multiple times, Joseph and I, in our marriage. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Some specific areas are able to just kind of like, I think they contact your employer and make sure you're still qualifying, and others you have to submit pay stubs. Ask your specific company. I wanted to read to you guys a lot of them actually can send out like a specific chart telling you what the income, you know, the income has to be below to qualify for low income, like the low income discount. Whew, okay. So now for a family of 4 in our particular area, you have to make $35,325 per year or above to not qualify. So as long as you're making, you know, $35,000 or less, you actually qualify for the low income discount, and it can be quite a bit less off your electric bill just by submitting some really easy paperwork. All you have to do is, maybe submit a pay stub, your social security number, your address, your account number. Really, really easy stuff, and you could be saving 10, 20, 30% off of your just standard electric bill. So if time of use is not for you, you might easily qualify for low income. So definitely check that one out. Now I'm going to talk about some specific things that you can do to help keep your energy consumption low. And I think that these are good for anybody. I think it's good to kind of try to conserve energy, and also it'll help save you money. So this is how we do it. I've got a few different areas here. Some are just general things, some are laundry things, dishes, when you're going to be away. So let's just start out with laundry. Okay, so now for us, we do laundry in the evenings because it saves, it's the time of use thing. But some things you can do just generally is for your dryer, which takes up a lot of electricity actually, because it has to make the heat, has to have the air going. There's a lot. Make sure your lint filter is very clean all the time. If you have lint that's built up in there, it will trap the humidity in your dryer, and it'll take your clothes a lot longer to dry, thus costing more in electricity. So if you check that lint filter after each load, you can kind of get an idea of what produces more lint. Like towels might produce more than my diapers don't make very much. So you can kind of get a judge as to how often you're going to have to change it. If you've got a lot of stuff, big loads, you're going to have to change it maybe every time or every 2 times. So just have a little trash bin. You can throw the lint thing real quick. Keep that lint filter clean. The next is to wash full loads. If you're washing little teeny tiny loads, you might be saving, like, oh, I'm saving on water, but at the same time, your washing machine is pretty much going through the exact same motion, the exact same electricity usage as if you had washed a whole full thing of it. Now, I'm not saying to overstuff it, but I'm saying don't do like an extra small load, and if you plan ahead, you can really prevent having those little, oh no, I gotta wash this for work, or I gotta do this or that. So just make sure that you're doing full loads. Get the max. That'll also help save with soap, because a lot of people really overfill. So full loads is a big thing. The other thing I had for laundry is to wash in warm water rather than hot water, because hot water is not necessary for like 80% of the loads you're doing. Now, if you're washing something that you use, like maybe it's towels that you're using for cleaning the floor or the toilet, or diapers, or you want hot water. You want to be sanitizing in the washer, not just with soap, but with heat. But for a lot of clothes, if they're not super, super soiled, you don't need hot water. Just use warm water. Some people even use cold water if they're washing, delicates, and that can save you a lot too. Your water heater's not having to put out a bunch of hot water. Water is a whole nother story. If you guys want to hear about that, leave a comment. But that's something too, will help save on electricity. Now let's move over to dishes.